Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard the Seabourn Venture. Tonight, we leave the city of Ushuaia and sail out of the Beagle Channel. And as we cross the Drake Passage, we encounter our first signs of wildlife on our way to Antarctica. Beautiful sight to mark the beginning of this voyage.
As we arrive in Antarctica,
we have our first landing at one of the most unique locations that we'll visit on our adventure.
Good afternoon. After smooth sailing of the Drake Passage, we have arrived to our first stop in this cruise of Antarctica. We are in Deception Island, an active volcano. The story of this volcano hails back all the way to the creation of the Andes and the separation of the continent of Antarctica and South America over 70 million years ago. About 10 million years ago, the volcano started growing and growing and growing until it became several miles high. And just 10,000 years ago, that volcano had its very last strong eruption. The volcano is still active, and in fact, the creation of this caldera makes this a very safe haven, deceptively so, because on the outside is rough seas, and inside is always calm. For this reason, this became a very important whaling station and stop during the early 1900s. Between 1906 and 1931, Whalers Bay became the biggest industrial whaling site of the whole Antarctica. Eventually, whaling industry collapsed, but scientists' interest on the island was strong. Between 1944 and 1968, the British operated the British Research Base B, which is these buildings around me. They were doing geological and weather records. A relatively large eruption caused a rain of pieces of ash like this big. Chilean base, just 4 miles away from here in Telephone Bay, was evacuated. The researchers had to run away carrying pieces of corrugated metal as big chunks of ash fell, and that was the end of the research days of the station. To this day, the island is still an active volcano, and occasionally we see fumaroles just rising from the beach.
As we leave the volcanic setting of Deception Island,
the atmosphere changes for our second day in Antarctica.
I'm Will Wagstaff. I'm one of the expedition team, usually talking about birds. That's my favourite subject. And we're in one of the best places here. This is Brown Bluff, with the Brown Bluff up over the hill behind us, and this huge colony of Adelie penguins in behind. Also quite a lot of Gentoo up here as well. The Adelie seem to be doing well, lots of chicks running around. We've seen lots of activity, the adults running up and down the beach here. Some of the chicks are almost thinking of going to sea. They have a sort of last minute panic and they come back out again. There's some chicks a little younger, there's some browner ones further up the top as well. But this colony just goes all the way behind us. The last counts I've got talk about 20,000 pairs here. That's a lot of birds, so it's really good. And of course with that you get the other birds as well. There's some skuas and giant petrels, Wilson's petrels, sheathbills, so there's been plenty to watch. The Adelie penguins we have here, not one we see a lot of because they're very much the ice penguin. They're more adapted for living down in the really cold environments of Antarctica. So these are short-billed, short-flippered, and they're more stocky for their size compared to the Gentoos we see a lot of. These live in big colonies. Some of them are absolutely massive as you go further south, but there aren't many that we can access. So this one here is a really good one. And there's one or two others not far away from here, such as Hope Bay, for example, as well. They're also one of the fastest of the breeding ones here, so they're in last and out first. So you come here in 2-3 weeks' time, the whole lot will have gone out to sea. Unlike the other penguins who often come back to molt on an area, these will actually often molt out at sea, so there's only a handful of molting birds here, considering there's potentially 40,000 birds kicking about here. Oh, this is a brilliant landing this year, and to be here in the sunshine, in my sun hat, yeah, that's just a magical experience. And when it's calm, you can hear everything going on. You can hear the different calls of the adults, the different calls of the chicks, all sorts of activity going on. It's just so nice to be here on a day like this.
After our amazing morning at Brown Bluff,
we have our first Zodiac cruise at Hope Bay,
where we see more fantastic wildlife and enjoy a unique seaboard moment together.
Good morning, I'm Elizabeth. I do archaeology and history on the Seabourn Venture. This morning we're at Mickelson Harbour, which at one point in history was quite popular with whaling captains, and we can see the evidence around us today. We're here to look at the penguins, Gentoo penguins going about their lives, all the drama that happens in their colonies, but also we have a lot of historical remnants here. We have the water boats, which they would drag around behind the ships collecting ice so that they would have fresh water to drink and for boiling down the whale blubber. And also we have a lot of bones, some of them absolutely enormous, some of them blue whales. Here they processed the whales, they flensed them, they boiled down the blubber, and they also collected the baleen for markets back in North America and Europe. Thankfully, this has ended down in Antarctica, but you can see how the populations were decimated given all of the bones that are surrounding us here. Mickelson's a fantastic place. It has tremendous views on a nice day, and we're really lucky the sun is coming out right now. We're surrounded by ice and snow, and we can just watch the wildlife. The seals will come out, and the penguins right now, they have their chicks who are growing up quickly. They're starting to molt, they're moving on, and summer is coming to an end here.
Later that afternoon, we stopped by at Sierra Cove,
where we have some spectacular close encounters.
The following day, we escape the stormy weather of Courville
and make our way to Skontorp,
as Antarctica shows us a different side to the environment we've seen.
As we sail away, we come across the spectacular sight of feeding humpback whales. And with a quick glimpse of our older sister, Seabourn Quest,
we make our way towards our next stop.
I'm Luke, I'm with the expedition team, and this morning we had the opportunity to land at Nico Harbor. This incredible landscape where we were able to go ashore, see a lot of Gentoo penguin, also climb up to this great overlook where there was a colony of Gentoos, as well as a great vantage point to look at the nearby glacier, which was calving while we were there. guests had a great opportunity to get up close and personal with several penguin highways that ran right alongside the trail where we were traveling up to their nest and back and forth all day long. It was really a spectacular opportunity to see this really unique behavior. The glacier was absolutely spectacular. Not only did we have a great close-up view of the glacier, we had the opportunity to see it calve multiple times, as well as see some avalanches up high as well. After the great morning that we've had the opportunity to pass through the Lemaire Channel, which you see behind me here. This is a fantastic area to see some really incredible geology. Steep-sided fjord wall rising up into the foggy mist above us here. The Lemaire Channel really has a almost mystical quality to it, especially when you have this low marine layer, gentle snow like we're seeing here today. It's been really a beautiful opportunity to see this incredible landscape. It really is a once-in-a-lifetime kind of experience.
With some more stormy weather on the way, we sail on and venture south of the Antarctic Circle,
where we also see some old friends.
Good morning, my name is Luciano Bernacchi and I'm the expedition leader on board Seabourn Venture on this Antarctic trip. Today is a wonderful day. We are south of the Antarctic Circle, standing on sea ice. We have 1 meter of ice under our feet and 450 meters of water until the bottom of the ocean. It's a beautiful day and we have the bonus of meeting our little sister, our sister ship, Seabourn Pursuit, in this wonderful setting. We have enjoyed several amazing days here in Antarctica and this trip still has a few days to go.
The adventure continues as we keep heading south,
watching as the incredible surroundings of Antarctica pass us by.
With an amazing sunset, it's a beautiful end
to a very special day.
Hello, my name is Udo. I'm a guide here on Seabourn Venture, coming since 25 years to Antarctica every season. And if we are lucky, one time per season we can make it to Stonington. Today was a lucky day. We are here in Stonington Island. Behind us there, you see the remainings of a British station. The station was built in 1946. It was a part of the Operation Tabarine. Britain built a lot of stations here in Antarctica to keep Germany away after the Second World War. Inside the station, you can see a little bit of remainings from the time when the station was operated. There are some food, some cans standing around. You can see the tiny, small chambers the scientists slept in, and I'm quite sure that one of them heavily snored, and it would be a nightmare for the whole team here in Stonington. Next, behind this station, there's another station we also visit today. It is a US station, Station East, and this station was even built 1939. It was a part of an American expedition, and the goal was to chart and map all this area, and they mapped it from this place here to the Weddell Sea, and they discovered a lot of new islands and a lot of new places. There is even an old tank which they used to bring all the stuff here on the islands to build up the station. A perfect day for us to visit this place, which you can see maybe once in the season. Beautiful landscape and the old remainings of the station. A perfect day for us and our guests, of course.
As the end of our adventure together nears,
we make one last stop to take in the snowy atmosphere of Winter Island.
As the weather slowly clears, we cruise our way around the small islands and watch as there's plenty of wildlife to be found.
As we make our way across the Drake Passage,
We look back on the amazing places we visited,
the incredible wildlife we've seen,
and the wonderful people we've met along the way.
We hope you've enjoyed your time with us on board your home away from home, the Seabourn Venture.
And until next time,